Hello everyone, today is April 1st, 2026, and here in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada, we had a big snowfall and all the schools in St. John's metro area were closed due to the weather, and so my son didn't go to school. So I'd like to compare this situation with a school closure in Ukraine due to the weather in my childhood, that was in 1990s, in the beginning of the 2000s. Let's go. So I have been living in Canada for a bit over a year and I have witnessed a lot of school closure days due to the impending weather or due to the ongoing weather. And I'd like to tell you that in Ukraine, we have almost never had such days in my time, and even until now, pretty much we don't have these days. So in my childhood, I remember whatever the weather, the snow, the frost, the rain, you'd have to walk to school. Yes, we were walking to school. There was no school bus of those days, and I'm quite sure they still don't have any, apart from the private schools. Public schools don't have any school buses, so you would walk to school beginning from grade 1 whenever you're able, whenever you remember the route, or your grandparents would drive you there. Or one very popular thing would be when all the neighbors, like the friends, gathered together, the neighboring friends, and they walk to school, right? So regardless what was the weather, we would just walk to school. The snow could be knee deep. I'm seriously, guys, like 25-30 centimeters of snow, and you would plow through it to school. You would come probably late, you would be wet. Sometimes the teacher would come even later, but anyway, you would come there, you would show up, and you would have a class. And I remember one specific situation when in grade 1 or maybe grade 2, the temperature was dropping like close to 20 degrees Celsius, and the gym teacher came to us and said, guys, if it drops more than 25 or 26 degrees Celsius, you would have to stay at home. There would be no school. And each morning we would wake up, we would come to the thermometer, check the weather, check the temperature, and you would see it's 24, 22. Oh, you would have to go to school. 24, still school, 1 degree short. 25, 26, oh no school, you would stay at home. And surely you wouldn't stay just at home. You would go to the slide, you would play with your friends outside, right? Just like you wouldn't walk to school. You wouldn't have a school day. There was one occasion, and another occasion I remember in the grade 9, we would come to school, everyone came to school, and it was also like -20 or maybe more than -20 Celsius, and the teacher sent us back home because according to the governmental regulations, all secondary and primary educational institutions would be closed. And we came there, we said hello, and we just went home. We just walked back home, nothing more. And no phone calls, no emails, naturally, no updates, nothing. You just either would know that when it says -30, you don't go to school, or you would come to school, and if it should be off, if it should be closed, you would be told so, and you would go back home. That's it. And you know what? All this attitude makes people more tough and more sustainable to not only harsh weather conditions, but to difficult life situations. And maybe that's why Ukraine, for the 5th year already, keeps fighting with Russia, the second biggest army in the world, is not willing to give up. People are going through the harsh winter, often without electricity, without central heating, with huge power cuts, but they are not willing to give in or give up. They keep living their lives, and they don't want to be bullied by anyone, namely by Russia. But guys, guess what? Russians are even crazier. I know that -20, -25 is nothing for Russia, right? Half of Russia has almost permafrost, and the coldest city in the world, Oymyakon, is considered the pole of cold. The lowest temperature is the coldest city in the world, and the lowest temperature recorded there, I think, was 70 something, 71, 72 degrees Celsius. It's located in the Republic of Yakutia, Russia. And when it is negative 40, 45, I think even 50, children go to school. And there are no school buses, they just walk. Only when the temperature drops to a negative 60, they have to stay at home. And all this makes people super harsh, super tough. They are ready for all the difficult situations in life, and they can survive in any life situation, right? But at the same time, when people grow up in such conditions, from one side they learn to survive, from another side they get used to the hard situations, they don't ask for more, and they're content with those miserable livings that their government allows them to have. Like they make $200 per month, they can survive. If they make $100 per month, they can survive. Even if they make $50 per month, they still can survive without gas often, without running water, without electricity, without even toilets in their houses, guys. So like all these situations, like being too harsh makes you not only strong, but makes you get used to miserable life, to harsh conditions. And being too soft makes you frustrated when you meet life difficulties. So there should be some kind of balance. It's okay not to go to school occasionally, but in those days, kids need still some education, some structure, some routine. Stay at home, but do self-education, read books, do some math examples, whatever. But you have still to study. You have to get some knowledge. You need still to to follow some routine. Anyway, guys, wherever you are, I wish you peace, prosperity, love, and God's grace. If you think this video was useful and interesting for you, please subscribe. And thanks from the bottom of my heart. Peace. Bye.